Hi, I am Marcell Rodriguez, and I'm going to expose my final evidence of negocios en el continente americano. The, the title is Tesla Gigafactory in Mexico, a global business case, trade, industry, and culture. What is this case about? Who? Tesla, global EV manufacturer, and what? New Gigafactory announced in Nuevo León, Mexico. The goal is to produce electric vehicles for the US market. Why it matters? It matters because one of the biggest FDI decisions in Mexico history. The key themes covered in this case is the nearshoring and global supply chains, trade agreements, industrial cluster in Nuevo León, economic sectors, primary, secondary, and tertiary, cultural diversity and workforce, and finally the environmental and political challenge. Why Mexico? The nearshoring trend. After COVID, companies moved production closer to their main markets. The location is Nuevo León borders to Texas, shipping to US, and take days, not the weeks. The lower cost labor and production costs in Mexico are much lower than in the USA. The industry base, the northern Mexico already has a strong automotive and manufacturing infrastructure. The logistics, highways, railways, and border crossing make supply chains faster and efficient. The power of USMCA is the United States, Mexico, and Canada agreement they have. They made the things in Mexico, have the USMCA compliance, and the US sold in the US. What this means for Tesla cars built in Mexico means that the car can enter the US market will reduce the tariff. Tesla saves in support of cost compared to shipping from Asia and Europe. The USMCA encouraged companies to source parts from the North America, building regional supply chains. This financial advantage was one of the key of the reason for choosing Mexico. The industrial cluster in Nuevo León already have everything and manufacture needs, automotive manufacturers, steels and material, trained workforce, logistics and transport, engineering, finance, and bank industry. This is why Tesla will be benefits in Nuevo León. When Tesla entered this cluster, it finds suppliers and workers ready to go, and its arrival attracts even more companies to the region. Now we can see the three economic sectors involved: primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. With the first one, water and energy resources need to run the factor. Water scarcity in Nuevo León is a major challenge that Tesla must manage responsibility. Secondary sector, manufacturing of electric vehicles, battery assembly, and components production. This is the core of the gigafactory of operation. And the tertiary sectors, service like logistics, banking, technology, and and consulting. These industries grow around the factory and support its operation every day. Key challenge for Tesla in Mexico is therefore water scarcity, cultural differences, energy policy, financial risks. with the water scarcity. Nuevo León has experienced in serious water shortage. Gigafactory needs large amounts of water, so Tesla must invest in water recycling and sustainable management. Cultural differences. American and Mexican business styles are different. Tesla managers must adapt their leadership approach to work well with local employees and communities. The energy policy. Mexico's government controls parts of the energy sector. Access to affordable and reliable electricity for industrial users depends on political decisions. The financial risk. Exchange rates changes between the peso and the dollar can affect production cost, and in the long term, financial planning is essential for the project to be profitable. They are the four key challenges that Telda could manage in Mexico. Key takeaways. Nearshoring is rehabbing global supply chains. Mexico is one of the biggest beneficiaries. The trade agreements like the USMCA are powerful tools that influence where companies can invest. Industrial clusters reduce risks and speed up of operation for new investors. Business decisions are shaped by economics, politics, culture, and The environment together. Mexico is positioning itself as a top destination for advanced manufacturing investment. And that's all for my final evidence of this great. And thanks for watching. These are the main reference for my project. They are the Tesla chooses Mexico for new Gigafactory, Tesla anunció Gigafactory en Nuevo León, the agreement with the United Canada and Mexico trade, the automotive industry in Mexico, and foreign direct investments and global supply chains. That's the that's all the information I need to do all this work, and that's it. Thanks for watching.